Noah?
I think we're good then. Anything else you need from me?
407 years ago, our forefathers set forth on this continent, new nation, conceived in liberty, dedicated as all men are created equal. Paul, can I have another? Yep. To go. Hey everybody, Kent Martz here from Explore Scientific. Thanks for joining us on Thursday here on Amazon Live. Today we're doing a show called On the Wing. It's about birding, which is, sort of an outdoors activity. And I thought, I'm going to add a few other things to the lineup of stuff we've been talking about for the past few weeks. The first things I'm going to add over, and these are over in the carousel, these are the National Geographic trekking poles. These are a fantastic set of trekking poles, and if you look closely, you're going to see there's mud on these trekking poles right here, because this is the set I use myself. I love to take these out hiking. My wife loves to use these. She can be unstable sometimes, and these out hiking give her a tremendous sense of stability and balance, having that third leg out there. And you come apart, obviously, but we don't want to do that. But we do want to put them out to their maximums right there. And I'm getting a bad echo again. And you can set these to whatever height you need them at, okay? So I like to set these. So I've got basically a straight out arm. This might be a little high, but it's okay right here. You know, I'm not up like this or way down here. I like to have it so I got a little bit of reach and can have some stability. Has a wrist strap you can put on, so if you lose it, it'll stay with you right there. Get it right there. Easy to put on. You can tighten it up if you need to, if you want a good tight, you know, to keep a hold of it. But right there. Has a cork grip and is adjustable to many heights. You can also adjust the clamping tension on these clamps simply by turning the nut just a little bit, and you can make it clamp a little bit harder if you think you need to. And so here we go. You can see right here how the clamps work, and you just clamp it and unclamp it, and obviously you don't want to pull it out because that's not good. Go to the maximum height, get it where you want it. If you want a little bit more clamp, you just tighten that screw up and then snap it down, and there we go. Same with this one. Has a titanium tip right here that I think you can see on the close-up, and it also comes with these nice feet that simply go on. This would be a foot for a slick rock surface right here, a foot for like if you're indoors on nice carpet or, you know, a nice tile floor that you don't want to mess up.
Yes. Holler if you need anything.
I will. So this is a snow basket or a mud basket. Goes on like that, and then the snow baskets screw in all the way up here. You don't want them coming off. Those screw in just like that, and now you've got a snow basket so you can use them when there's snow on the ground. These are the trekking poles from National Geographic. A great little tool to use when you're out birding. How would you do that? Well, I'll show you how you would do that. Let me put since I'm in here inside on the carpet, haven't told you, it comes also with a nice carrier bag. You can fit the feet and the trekking poles in here, and this is great. A great keeper for that. How would you use these with binoculars? Well, real simple. Being steady gives you the ability to see better, and you can very simply stand the it's not going to show it, Paul. Yeah, camera one, just like this. And now you can look through these. Obviously, this is too high because it's on the table, but you get the point. You can look through these, right? And having a stabilizer is going to give you the ability to hold the binoculars steady. And if you hold them steady, you can see better details. You can see a whole lot better details if you can hold this steady. Now, I'm just holding it up, but if you're going to stick it on the ground or prop it up on a rock or on a fence post or something and get it to the height you need it, this is going to provide some image stabilization without having the expense of thousands of dollars to have image stabilized binoculars. The more you hold still, the more you're going to see. So this is a great little addition to your kit if you like bird watching. This is the trekking poles from National Geographic, a fine set of kit, and I'm just going to drop this stuff down here on the floor and pick it up after the show. Another thing, you know, a lot of birding goes on. You want to be out there in the morning, and you want to get outside when the sun comes up, because that's when you're going to see a lot of bird activity. Seeing your way in the dark is an important thing too. This is the headlamp from National Geographic. It is especially bright. It's like 550 lumen, and there we go. This has been set in my truck. I'm lighting up Noah over there right now. I'm sure he's happy about it. This is a lot brighter than you think it is, isn't it, Noah? Even from, it's a lot of light coming out of here, and you can step through it to a dimmer mode. You can go to a sort of a wide, softer light. You can go to a dimmer, soft light. It has a red mode on it, and then it goes into a flashing SOS mode. And so with the red mode, if you just hold the button down, it just goes straight into red mode. So you can use this at night and not ruin your night vision. Great for astronomy. If you wanted to wear it on your head, it comes with a simple little head strap and a little keeper, so you can point the light down to wherever you need to point it. If you need to work it right here, use it working on your car or out setting up your campsite, whatever. This would be a great addition to your kit. This is my personal one that I pulled out of the back seat of my truck. It's been back there for probably 4 months since I've charged it up. It's still bright as day. I've used it a little bit, but it's holding a charge really well. It comes with a magnetic adapter that goes right here, plugs into any USB port, and you have the ability to charge it up out of a USB port. Holds a charge for a long, long time. These are a good selling item right here, especially bright. We've taken them to some outdoor shows, and people were excited and bought dozens and dozens of these from the staff at that outdoor show, and the dealers were buying them left and right. We have these in stores all over the place. You can pick them up, especially right here on the Amazon live program. You can go over to the carousel, and they're in the carousel right now. Aren't they, Noah? Right? Yep. You got those in the carousel. They're over in the carousel right now. You can pick those up. Oh, I see it's clicked up as the featured product. So very popular item. Pick yourself up a National Geographic LED headlamp. It says Bresser, but the picture's of National Geographic. So it's Bresser National Geographic. Same things. Pick them up in your carousel right now. Multi-uses, not just birding. So let's get on down the road and let's talk about birding real quick. If you want to be Mike Overacker, I gotta get me a set of them. The trekking poles, yes, Mike. You can click over in the carousel and get them sent to you right away through Amazon.com, and those will come to you in a nice little package. Everything's there. They're especially nice to use. And I'm going to be using them on a couple of upcoming trips where we're going to be doing some birding and some hiking, looking forward to that. So, pair of binoculars. You don't have to have binoculars to do birding show, but you can do it with your eyes, but a pair of binoculars makes it better. We've got a question here. Yeah, I'm not going to, yeah, those need to be blocked. Thank you very much.
I'll block it.
Yep. Have some trolls. We don't get trolls very often, but when we do, Noah runs them back under their bridge because that's where trolls need to stay. So, if you have a pair of binoculars, you can do birding. The other thing that you need, even if you're looking at birds with your eyes, you need a bird book. And over in the carousel, you're going to see the National Geographic Field Guide to the Birds of North America. It's a great tool to use to identify birds. In fact, was out over the weekend, was kayaking on an area lake and saw a shorebird and could get within about 40 feet of it. But when you're shooting with a smartphone, it doesn't have a really good optical zoom. You have to do digital zoom, and I did that. And we have video, a couple of pictures. And Paul, you want to pull those up real quick? Do the pictures first, and then do the video. And there you go. You can see the bird, and it's a interesting, unique bird. It's right there in the dead center, just below. It's in the grassy area.
I see the bird.
Yep. It's
It's right there.
there you go. Now that's a really small bird. That is not a big bird. But you know, it was on the shore. It was going around between the rocks. Paul, go to another image real quick. So you can see it has a long beak, a dark body, a dark neck. And there's another one. You can see it in a different repose. And zoom in, there you go. And see that white stripe that goes up, the little thing that goes up on its breast towards its neck? That becomes a field mark. And go ahead and show the next picture. And here we go. And then we're going to have a movie that's going to show it walking. So there's another view of it. And this bird is only about maybe 6 inches long. It is a really small shorebird. It was the only one. It was by itself. And I determined it was a sandpiper. And let's go to the movie now, Paul. See it bobs his tail there a little bit. That's an interesting field mark. I should have put the picture. There's some deer off to the right. I should have included that. So there you go. You looking at it. What is the bird? The bird is a spotted sandpiper. I had narrowed it down to, bird is the word.
That's what it is.
I had everybody said it. I had narrowed it down to either a solitary sandpiper or a spotted sandpiper. And so I couldn't decide what it was. I felt like it was probably a juvenile spotted sandpiper. Wasn't sure. So I put it on a birding page, and the answer quickly came back from a couple of people. It is a spotted sandpiper, and there's two tells. One is the shoulder marking that comes up towards its neck, that little spike that comes up of white that comes up towards its neck, and the fact that it was hanging around the rocks. Solitary sandpipers tend to stay in at the edge of the water, so its behavior up in the rocks marked it as a spotted sandpiper, not a solitary sandpiper. And like the solitary sandpiper's name infers, it is generally a solitary bird. Very, don't fly in big flocks or walk around in the water in big flocks. But this one was by itself, so that gave me pause. But Northwest Arkansas, where Explore Scientific is located, is in the migratory path of the birds, and migration is going on right now. So any given day you go out, you don't know what birds you're going to see because migration is going on, and you can see birds that you wouldn't see any other time of the year other than the spring and fall migrations. So get out there. Birding is a good time to do it now. You're going to need a bird book. If you don't have one, pick up the North American Field Guide, the National Geographic Field Guide for North American birds. But you're going to need some binoculars. And how do you start with the binoculars? Well, we sort of focusing on National Geographic so far today. I just said National Geographic today. This is the National Geographic 8x42 binoculars. These are fully coated. They're not waterproof. They're water resistant. You don't want to get them wet. From National Geographic. What do the numbers mean? 8x42. That 8 means the eyepieces right here are 8 power eyepieces, meaning they magnify what you're looking at by a factor of 8. And the 42 is a factor of a measurement of the objective diameter of these binoculars. So these binoculars, diameter of 42 millimeters. The bigger the diameter, the more light gets sucked in. You see a lot of 8x42s, 10x42s, 10x50s, things like that. Those tend to be the wheelhouse of a lot of binoculars. 8x42s, 6x32s, those are popular birding sizes. This is a popular pair of binoculars to start with here on Amazon.com. These are a good seller. They have a rating above 4.5 by the people who have purchased them and given us reviews. And when you buy something from us, we appreciate the review. It helps us sell items here on Amazon. And so these are the National Geographic 8x42s binoculars. They have twist-up eye cups right here, twist-up eye cups. And as you can see, there's a dial right here. This is called the diopter. This is on the right side of binoculars. And there's a little scale right here. You may be able to see that scale that tells you plus and minus. So how this works is you're going to focus with your left eye. I always cover up the eyepiece and focus with the focus knob until I find focus. Then I switch and cover up the left eyepiece down here on the objective end, and I turn the diopter to focus the right eyepiece to fit my eye. By turning this diopter, you're actually focusing it independently than this one. Noah, there's a comment saying that they're sold out.
Yeah, those are very popular. So they sold out. They should be back in soon. But if they scroll down, there's other options we have for 8x42.
Okay, so Noah's discovered they were sold out today. I didn't know about it. They're working to get them restocked. Now, when do you think they're going to return to stock?
Probably going to be a couple of weeks. But if they scroll
Okay.
down, we've got other 8x42.
there's other 8x42s down there if you scroll down through the carousel, or you can go over to our store and look for 8x42 or 10x42 as well. So both popular sizes. That's interesting. We're sold out. It just happened apparently. Travel Diva 2. Thank you, Travel Diva 2, for letting us know that. It's sold out during the show. Is what I'm being told by, what's his name? Oh, he's not here. I can't see him because Paul, that's his name, the producer. He's remote controlled here in the studio. So thank you, Travel Diva 2, for that comment. Shows how quickly they sell out. They sold out during the show. So thank you very much for those people who took the opportunity to buy that. If you're out there right now, we have a chat function. We'd love to hear from you. Comments, questions, ideas, whatever. If you've got a birding story, I'd love to hear your birding story, because this show is all about birding. So I started back 6 months ago now, back at the turn of the year. I guess it'd be 9 months now, or 8.5 months now. I started a life list. Now, I've been bird watching all my life, but I never really, thought about compiling a list of. No, I don't have the 10x42 wings. I got the Tetons. So, producer's talking to me in my ear. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's go. Let's go with, here, we're going to switch over to the Alpen, a little bit more expensive. These are the 8x34s, Alpen binoculars. Now, a little bit more money, but these have features that those National Geographic binoculars do not. What are some of those features? One, these are, and I'll show you another size here in just a second, Travel Diva. And if you're out there, give us a shout out. I'm thinking ahead of what I can speak. So these are the Alpen Wings. Wings is a series of binoculars. From this point up, all these binoculars are purged. So the air inside has been replaced with a neutral gas, either argon or nitrogen. What that does is it removes all the moisture, because both those gases are dry. They don't hold water, and once the air's out, they can't fog up. So if the conditions get right, that some pairs of binoculars would fog up, these won't, because they're sealed, right? They're purged with nitrogen, and yep. So the binoculars, I think we got a little video going. There we go. And we're tight on these right now. These are 8x34, meaning 8 power eyepieces, 34 millimeter diameter objectives. These objectives right here have flip up eye covers and a pair that hooks on to the shoulder strap that comes with these, so you can't lose them right there. And these go on right there. Like all good binoculars, have twist up eye cups. If you wear glasses, I always take my glasses off when I use binoculars. And they have a diopter on the right side. They have a diopter right here on the right side, so you can focus your right eye. So you can focus your left eye and then focus your right eye. So they're both in focus. What is the benefit of that? The benefit of having both eyes in perfect focus for that eye means that your eyeball doesn't have eye strain. Your brain is not trying to get your eyeball to change shape or trying to force things to get into focus. If both eyes are in focus, your eyes relax, your brain relaxes, you relax, and therefore you get a much more pleasant use of those binoculars. So little trick I teach people how to use binoculars. Well, get them in focus wherever you're going to focus on, and then if you want to hold still, like I said, one way to do it is using the hiking staff, the trekking pole, to hold them up. Another way to do it is elbows in, get a good grip, get everything in focus, then bring the binoculars up and push them up onto your above your eye, all right? And now hold your elbows in. You're going to be able to hold still a lot better and get less jumping around. Your arms are moving, your muscles are moving. Every time your heart beats, everything moves. This helps hold that down. And I need to bring a ball cap. Another way I do it is I've got a ball cap on that's fitted, not a one-size-fits-all that's stretchy, but a fitted or a snapback, good and tight. When I come up, I grab the bill of my cap and pinch down. So I've already got them in focus, and now I've locked them into my elbows. I've locked them into here, and they're locked into the bill of the cap. You'll be amazed at how much better you can see with a pair of binoculars, because holding still gives you so much more view. Pekka, hello Pekka, how are you? Can you show how to check out if the binoculars have a good quality prism installed like Poro? There's no real way to do it to check the quality. You get up into our high-end binoculars and you get a prism called an Abbe, A-B-B-E. That's how I pronounce it. I've never found a good pronunciation guide. It's a special design. It's expensive prism to make, but it provides extremely sharp, crisp, and bright viewing. What does a prism do in binoculars? Well, there's a prism in here that you can't see, but they're inside, and that prism, if that prism wasn't here when you looked in binoculars, these are just telescopes, right? And in a telescope, when you look at something, it's upside down and backwards. And if you wonder, well, why, you can look it up, or you can just get yourself a silver kitchen spoon. And if you look at it in the part that holds the cereal or the food, hold it up and look at it, you're going to be upside down in there. Why? Because that's a lens, and it's flipped the image when it reflected it back to you. If you want to turn it around, look at the back side, that's like a magnifying glass, sort of. You're right side up, but you're a lot bigger. It makes you bigger. So a spoon does the same thing. These would be upside down if you didn't have these prisms. What do the prisms do? They flip everything correctly and make sure it's left and right oriented. Because it would be disconcerting if you looked into binoculars and things were right side up, but a horse that's walking that way would be moving this way in your binoculars. That would be disconcerting. So those prisms provide a really good function inside the binoculars. Something functioning going on that if you've never taken a pair of binoculars apart, you have no idea what's going on. Pekka says, and by the way, Pekka lives in Sweden. Hello, Pekka. If you have stretched the binoculars on the handle length from your eyes, the light path should look like a circle, not a square on the ocular side. Okay, so he's saying that if you hold the light away and there's you can't really see the light in here because everything's dark, and you should see, yeah, I can see it there. Oh, it helps if you take the lens covers off, doesn't it? So yeah, there's a perfectly round circle in there that doesn't look square, as Pekka is saying. It's nice and round image. So yes, Travel Diva notes that Queen Elizabeth died a couple hours ago. Sad day for our friends in Britain and her various forms of sovereign nations, but yet affiliated with the United Kingdom. So Canada, obviously, Jamaica. There's all sorts of people who are still affiliated with the Queen. The monarchy of England, served for, I think it was 70 years, the longest serving British monarch, and King Charles III, I think, is what he decided to go with, although kings can choose their own king's name, like King George. I believe the Queen's Elizabeth II's father's name was Albert, but he selected to go by King George. So King Charles apparently has chosen to go by King Charles III. And, you know, she was performing her royal duties 2 days ago. She swore in the new prime minister, and I believe that was her last official duty. And she actually, I was hearing on the radio a few minutes ago, she actually stood for it and had been having mobility issues, but was able to complete her duties and in swearing a new prime minister, and went very quickly. So that, you know, the government, she can't, I'm not going to go there. I don't think the, Paul, are you going out so they can hear you now? Okay. Paul was in my ear saying he thinks the government serves at her pleasure. I think that they form a coalition. I don't think she can disband the government and force an election. I don't know. That's politics in another country. I'm not going to get involved. Kent, make a test with cheap binoculars and real quality ones and see what I mean. So we don't have any, well, we do have a really inexpensive kid pair of binoculars that I didn't talk about. Kids pair of binoculars real quick right here, and we're going to close out the show. This is a pair of Bresser 6x21 kid specialized binoculars. Now, these look like toys. These are real binoculars. They don't flex when you twist them, right? They don't flex when you twist them. Has a nice focus, and you know they're real. They got glass, they got metal, and they have a diopter right there. So these are real binoculars. They're kid specialized, but these are the real McCoys, the real deals. This isn't a pair of toy binoculars, okay? This is not a pair of binoculars right here. That's a toy. They're called kid specialized, but these are real binoculars. I really advocate buying you a pair and buying a kid or two kids in your life some pairs so they have their own. Take them out with you bird watching or use them for sports or outdoors or, you know, whatever sport, you know, looking at mountains, trees, whatever. Use these binoculars. So I'm going to use real quick, hold this up. Well, using Pekka's test, by golly, those have perfectly round, not square looking prisms. Means they have a high quality prism according to Pekka. Thank you, Pekka, for that. And David S., I bought some 250 binoculars a couple days ago. David, I hope you enjoyed those. You know, a good pair of binoculars is an investment. We have a pair over here. We're not going to show them today because we're running out of time, but they are fantastic pair of binoculars, super bright, wonderful things. Treat binoculars like their investment. Now, an inexpensive pair like these Kid Specialized, if kid breaks them, you're not out a lot of money, but these are great binoculars. These are nice binoculars. I've done astronomy with them. I've done bird watching with them. Going to Arizona in a couple of weeks, going to use them for bird watching there. You know, the difference is their interpupillary distance doesn't get as wide on these as on a real pair of binoculars. You can see the difference. Therefore, some adults may not be able to use them because their eyes are too far apart. This pair works for me fine. So, appreciate all the comments. David S. said they had some good reviews on YouTube and Amazon. Excellent. That's always a good way to pick stuff. We're going to sign off. We got to get on down the road and get ready for some other shows. For Explore Scientific, I'm Kent Martz. I hope you have a great day. Thank you, everybody, for participating. We'll be back tomorrow when we do astrophotography. And then Monday at 3, we'll be doing a science, talking about what's wrong with Artemis and how they're going to fix it. Tuesday will be, what is Tuesday? Global Star Party. Wednesday will be First Light Chronicles talking about astronomy. We may not have Global Star Party on Tuesday. Scott Roberts is out of the country, president of the company. He is in Armenia for a international star party. I believe he'll be back in the office on Monday, but he may be zonked out and not do a show. I may do one in his place. And then back to Thursday for On the Wing. We'll hopefully bring you some more bird pictures and some exciting products for your viewing usage. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great day.